Welcome to today's video, and today's what if is, what if Bulma's parents, Dr. and Mrs. Briefs, had found Goku as a baby? So, at this point in time, Bulma would be a young child. She would be about 5 to 7 years old. But there's not only her in this household, there is her older sister, Tights. And around this point, what we're seeing in Super, she's interacting with Jacko the Galactic Patrolman. So that is something to consider as the story continues. So, Dr. Briefs finds this young boy in his pod outside Capsule Corp. He takes him in and raises him as his own. So, he's trying to figure out about Goku's pod, everything about it, where he came from, how does this ship work, what does it run on, things like that. So with this, he's starting to develop his own kind of spaceships. And with the raising of Goku, they're starting to understand that he's a violent child. He's very aggressive and incredibly strong for such a young child. So they can't figure out ways to control him. As he gets about 2 years old, 2, 3, they bring in an expert martial artist, a teacher. No, it's not going to be Master Roshi or Grandpa Gohan. It will be Master Shen, the Crane Hermit. So he's going to be taught in the way of a crane. So early on, Goku's learning these more aggressive fighting techniques, as we saw with Tien and Chaozu. They were getting brought up, trained as killers, as assassins. So Goku would be training with Shen, Tao, and I believe that Chaozu and Tien, they would be brought in there as well, so he's introduced to them from a very early age. But Dr. Briefs, a very intellectual man, is also making sure that Goku is well educated. So he starts his education at a very early age. So Goku's time is split between training to try and control his anger, his studies, and having fun with Bulma. So as the years go on, Goku is developing more of a bond with Bulma. He's acting out his rage and his sane nature is getting fulfilled with the martial arts that he's learning from Shen and his fights with Tien and Chaozu. Also, with his intellectual side, Goku is a lot smarter. He's a lot more switched on rather than in the original. He hadn't interacted with anyone, so he was a bit dopey. He didn't know what was going on basically. Whereas now, he's developed more social skills. And the way that he's been raised here, Dr. Briefs and his wife, they won't let Goku act out. They try to control his behaviour and raise him. Because after all, they are very intelligent people. They know the right way to raise a child. I mean, look how Bulma turned out. So, Goku gets about 5, 6, and Tights and Jacko, they come back from one of the journeys. Jacko has never met Goku at this point. He sees the young Saiyan and he says to Tights, "Who is he?" And she just says, "My parents found him as a baby and they've been raising him. By any chance did he land here in a space pod?" it is straight away that Jacko sees the tail. He knows what Goku is. He tells Tights he's a Saiyan, a killer. You need to be careful, we need to get rid of him. But she just shakes off. It's just Goku. He's just my little brother. So straight away she just shakes it off, thinking that he's not going to be like the rest of his race. Well, Jacko does go to Dr. Briefs and tells him about the Saiyans. So now Goku is told about his heritage from Dr. Briefs, what the little bit of information that he's been told. So he just shakes off, because without his head being hit, he does know a little bit, not a lot. But they have also kept him on a strict bedtime as well, so he hasn't seen the moon yet, so he has never transformed. So at this point, Goku training with the strong fighters, his power level has already risen to about 80, and he can fly. So that's a big boost for the story, but he still does have his nasty tendencies. He's extremely aggressive because he has been trained in the way of the assassins. So one day, Bulma walks in on his training sessions and hears what they're talking about. She straight away tells Shen to get out, or she'll tell her father not to pay him. So he does. He just leaves because all he cares about is money and just violence. So that's the last we see of them for a while. She tells her father that the way that they've been training Goku. At this point, he's about 10 years old, or 11, around the start of when we met them in Dragon Ball. Bulma suggests that they go on a journey for these Dragon Balls that they found, that she's heard of. She wants to know what they are. So the journey begins. They find the first 2 Dragon Balls, which Bulma originally had, very easily. So now, the 4-star Dragon Ball is still with Grandpa Gohan. So they get there, and Bulma asks him for the Dragon Ball. He says no. This is when Goku challenges him to a fight. Gohan is very intrigued that such a young boy would challenge an experienced martial artist to a fight. So he obliges. Obviously, Gohan, he's still, at this point, the only fighter stronger than him is Master Roshi. So he easily takes Goku apart. Goku is impressed massively, and Gohan just says to him, if you want to learn how to fight properly, if you want to nurture your potential, I recommend you go see my master Roshi, the Turtle Hermit. But Goku's heard little bits about him from Shen, so he's reluctant, but he keeps this in mind. Gohan gives him the Dragon Ball, this as a sign of respect, and this does rub off on Goku. He's really impressed by this. He's like, how are these people so nice? So him and Bulma continue on their journey. So this is when they run into the turtle. So Goku, he just wants to fight the bear rather than save the turtle. So he does that. And the turtle says, can you help me get back back to the ocean, and I will bring you my master. So what they do, they take him to the ocean. Neither of them argue with him, they just do it because it's just taking a couple hours out of their journey. And this is when Goku meets Master Roshi. So this is where I'm going to leave it for now, because there's a few ways that I could take this. There's multiple ways that his interaction with Roshi could go, and I want to get your guys' opinion on it. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe.